Welcome back, guys. So I welcome all of you to this online session. Now let's move to Azure App Services. So we are going to perform a lab on Azure App Services. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to create our app service plan. Let's go to menu, click on create a resource, and we need to search here app service plan. Press enter, click on create. So I'm going to create a new resource group. So which will be app services, and name of my app service plan, so I'm going to use here my plan. Then which operating system you need, so if you remember, I already told you in my previous video that you can choose your platform Linux or Windows, then you can choose your region. So I'm going to use Windows right now, and then region, so region I'm going to use here East US for my web application. Scroll down, so sorry, for my app service plan. Now that is the SKU size which you need to choose. So as per pricing tier, if you see here, that is the pricing tier basically, in which you will get the standard. So if you click on change size, you will get different kind of SKU size here, so which are vary. So development and test environment, okay, so these are the sizes which will vary, like memory, minutes to compute, okay, and what would be the price for this, and what kind of features you will get, okay, features like SSL and traffic manager, okay, ACUs, so how much memory you will get, storage, auto scaling. These are the features which you can select as per your service plan, or size is selected here. So if you click on production, so in production we have S1, V1, V2. So here you can see you will get 100 total ACUs, okay, 1.75 GB memory, and the A series compute equivalent. So if you remember, there are sizes into your VM. So A series VM you will get here, okay, and this would be the monthly pricing for this. And what are additional features which you will get, so you will get custom domain feature, SSL, auto scale, you can do up to 10 instances, okay, staging slot you can create up to 5 staging slot, daily backup you can take, okay, traffic manager you can configure. Now this is the including hardware, so hardware you will get here, uh, Azure compute units which you will get here, memory, storage, so 50 GB storage you're getting here for your app service plan. Okay, so right now I'm going to use here this S1, click on apply, review and create. Click on create. Now the deployment is in progress, so you will get a notification here once it will done. So it will be done in few minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes, that is deployed. So now what we need to do, we need to go to app services. So let me move to my menu. I can select app services from here, as well as I can search from here app services. So you will get here app services option, click on it. Now we are going to create a app service, so click on add. Resource group, I'm going to use same resource group, app services. Scroll down, app services name, so name should be globally unique. As you can see, there is a global parameter, global DNS, which is applied with your web application. So you, whatever name you are giving here, that should be globally unique. So I'm going to use here IT engineers. So as you can see, now publisher, how you are going to publish your codes, so you can publish your code through runtime. So whatever platform, if you remember the platform which you have selected, so as per your platform you will get the runtimes here, okay, or you can choose your Docker and container images. So right now I'm going to use code I'm going to use here .NET. So platform would be Windows. Okay, now location, so location I'm going to use East US for my web app. And you can see Windows plan, it will automatically pick a plan for you which you have created. So you can create a new plan also for your web application, that is the SKU size which you are getting in this web application. Next, monitoring, so you will get insight. So if you remember, sorry, if you are going to enable this insight, you will get your all insight in a storage account, so which it will create. So review and create your web application. So this deployment will also take 1 or 2 minutes, so we need to wait for 1 or 2 minutes. So our application is deployed. Now just click on go to resource. So in overview tab, you will get the overview about this web application. So here you can see you can anytime stop your web application, you can browse your web application. You're getting here link. If you click on that link, so you will get your web application with .NET. So that is a basic page of .NET. Okay, that is your app service plan, which you can change anytime. You can anytime scale up your plan. Okay, that is FTP credentials. So if you're going to manage your web application, or if you're going to deploy your web application through FTP, you require these codes. Okay, these options, these values, which we will see later. There's activity log. So whatever activity is going on your application, you will get all the logs here. So right now it is fetching here, so you can see these are the logs which you can verify. IAM, you can apply RBAC, role-based access control, to your applications. Okay, now scroll down, let me check security. You can integrate your web application with security center, so you will get the recommendations. Okay, so right now there is no recommendation for this web application. So for this feature, for security center feature, you need a license. So there's a license, there are two licenses, free and standard. So if you want to monitor your web application through security center, okay, then you need a license for that. You need to enable this. Now there's a quick start where you will get the guide. Okay, so in which code you're going to language, in which language you're going to deploy your codes, you need to pick that language. You'll get some quick start templates, deployment slots. So there's a one slot which is your production slot, so you can add multiple slots for your blue green deployment. Okay, so you can add multiple slots and then you will test your web application. You can swap your slots, which we will see later. Deployment center, where you can see your CI/CD pipelines. Okay, so you can deploy your you can start your continuous deployment. You can use as your repos, GitHub, Bitbucket, local git, or here you can see you can do manual deployment through OneDrive, through Dropbox, through external sources, okay, or through FTP. So that is totally up to you which tool you are going to use. You're going to use CI/CD or you're going to do manually. That is totally up to you. In configuration, you'll get the configuration about your web application. So which you can add here application setting. You can add here connections, strings. Okay, scroll down here, authentication and authorization. So you can authenticate and authorize users from this tab. So you can enable access, enable application insights, which is disabled when that application is created. You can manage identities. So system identity and user identity you can manage through this tab, which is right now off. You can apply RBAC through that. You can take backup. You can apply custom DNS. You can take snapshot, which is not in our app service plan. Okay, which are available into premium. Custom DNS, you can set a custom DNS for also for your web application. You can apply your certificates here. In networking, you can manage this web application through a VNet, so you can integrate your application through a VNet, or through a, or you can say you can do a integration with PaaS, with IaaS. That means platform as a solution. You can integrate with your infrastructure as a solution. So whatever VM would be inside this VNet, that can interact with your web application. So that kind of integration you can do here. You can do hybrid integration. That means you can integrate this web application with your on premises through hybrid connections. You can apply a web application firewall, which would be a front door. You can apply CDN to this web application for caching purpose. You can create a access restrictions, okay, which you can define from here. Next is scale up. So anytime you can scale up your license, okay, that means your service plan from here, or your size, you can say. You can scale out, so that means the auto scaling or manual scaling is applied here. So you can do manual scaling, you can specify your number of instance count, so which would be a manual scaling, okay. Or for auto scaling, you can configure here value, that is metric, okay. So you can define your rule, so as per your rule it will automatically increase the number of instance or decrease number of instance, whatever value you will, whatever rule you will, policy you will create here, okay. So scale based or metric based, you can specify your metrics. As per your metric, it will increase or decrease your instances inside your scaling group. So if you add here a rule, so that is the rule, number of instance counts count which you want to add. So minimum 1, maximum 2, okay. Default value is 1 here. Specify start and end time, that means you're going to schedule scaling, so which you can specify here, like your UTC, your start time, your end time. Or you can specify as a date, so you can specify number of days when you want to increase the number of CPU, correct. So that configuration you can do here. You can create your, you can specify your condition, you can change the name also for this default value. Now I'm not going to do this scaling. If you want, you can do from here. You can create web jobs, you can use MySQL application, you can set properties, you can apply logs, you can see your app's current app service plan, you can check your quotas, okay. You can change your app service plan here, okay. So now what we are going to do here, so our application is deployed here, so we can manage this application through Visual Studio as well, okay, which I will show you in next lecture. Thank you guys.